Hello, 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 hello. All right, my dang mic low. Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're in the building. Man, the Kenobi. Man, this might be the best one out of all of them. At the end of the day, this is gonna be a long live. So people could get in here. I'm starting a minute. Um, you know. Wanted to talk about it the first two episodes. They played both of them. I was surprised it was two episodes. Shout out to Chris Cervantes. He told me about it. But me and Detroit T, shout out to T. Facts. This was a good start to it. I like how they replayed. They basically in episode one brought you back to memory lane of how episode one was, and you just saw him reliving all of those times he was with Anakin. And you got to understand the reason Kenobi is starting off like he is. He's a man that's broken. He was entrusted by his mentor, his master, to raise Anakin into the perfect Padawan, as they would call it. And he turned out to be manipulated into joining the dark side. And Kenobi had to fight him. He made a promise he wouldn't hurt him or kill him, but he had to strike him down when he was on lower ground and he was on higher ground. Whenever you're in a fight or something, you never want to be on the lower ground, especially of that magnitude, because Kenobi is a defensive Jedi, so he reacts more that he leads on. What's up, Casual? So they brought you down memory lane. You got to see all the stuff. We got to see the old episode with Anakin, Padme. You know, it was epic to see that. And then, we got to see the children. We got to see how they split them up. You know, they split them up. They sent Leia to a royal family. They sent Luke to Tatooine. I believe that's where he went. Tatooine. So basically, they start off with the Jedi, who basically the Inquisitors. If you don't know what Inquisitors are, they're basically Jedis who turn to the dark side, and now they hunt Jedis. They hunt Jedis now. So, and I think in the beginning where they showed those kids running away and everything, I believe those kids are the ones who became Inquisitors. I think those are the kids who got away and they were made to be Inquisitors. So that basically was Order 66, where they were hunting down Jedi children, either turning them or killing them. They would turn either Jedis or they would kill them. So once that happened, we saw a Jedi. They were looking for a Jedi. The one girl, the black lady, you know, she's doing a great role as, can't think of her name again. Let me pull it up. You know, I don't know it off the top of my dome. So, all right. Okay, it's Reva. You know, we saw Reva basically she basically is basically wanting to hunt Kenobi. That's her whole thing. Her whole thing is, I got to get Kenobi. So they're searching for all of these Jedis. They're going to each town trying to find them. They find a Jedi, and the Jedi, the guy escaped because one of the Inquisitors, which was the head Inquisitor, was trying to tell her to calm down. She basically found the Jedi by throwing a blade at somebody. The Jedi stopped it, which blew his cover. He had to get up out of there. So she's trying to lead by force. The main guy's trying to lead by intelligence and stealth and reasoning. Because you just don't want to mindlessly go around killing people. And this was her biggest flaw. And this is going to hurt her down the line. You see, she's not a good matchup for Kenobi because she's too aggressive. Kenobi's a defensive Jedi. So he's going to react to everything that she dishes, and he's more calmer, more fundamental, more thoughtful, more he knows how to read the situation and think on his feet, you know. So she's basically the hothead. She wants Kenobi. She wants Kenobi bad. Now, we don't find out until episode 2 at the end why she wants Kenobi so bad. And we figure it out. So now Kenobi is a guy working, watching Luke from afar. He's basically doing manual labor. He's had to suppress his Jedi powers to get away from everybody. It's been 10 years since the Order 66 was carried out to kill all the Jedis. And he's been under wraps. He's been quiet, staying to himself. Now, he tries to buy things for Luke because he already sees Luke as being just like his father. Luke and Leia, they are exactly like Anakin. Both of them. They are just like Anakin because remember, they're twins. Remember, they were born at the same time. So both of them have their father in them. You know, the Leia has Padme in her. So she's very rebellious. She wants to jump ahead and she wants to run everything. Like, that's Leia. I mean, that's Padme. Anakin is all in Luke. Luke is hiding. He's trying to practice all this. And the dad, which is the uncle, is taking care of him, but he's acting as a dad. Their family, I think of Anakin, their families. So they brought Luke to them, and he's trying to watch Luke. He's trying to do all these good deeds to try to steer him the right way. And the uncle basically was pissed off. He told him, look, stop messing with us and everything. What up, Detroit T? Bro. So he basically is upset because Obi wants to do things for the kid. He wants to steer the kid in that direction. So now, one day, now he was with one of the Ewoks. Yeah, the Leia curveball was excellent, man. I did not see that coming, but I knew it was Leia because I saw the mother, and I said, they're going to Leia. So that was very smart what Reva did. Reva basically planted the kidnappers to kidnap the girl so then they could bring Obi-Wan out, so then they could bring him to Vader. She's basically wanting to bring him to Vader, but we'll get into that. I don't want to jump all the way ahead. So Obi-Wan is met in the desert. Well, I don't think it was an Ewok, but the job, whatever you call them things, them little things with the rose, they so funny. The little thing robbed him, took one of his generators, the piece to his generator, and then he was like, listen, if you're gonna rob me, at least clean it off. And he was like, cleaning is extra. The Ewok, I think it was the Ewok. And he was talking about I got a whole tribe to feed. He was hustling Kenobi like a mug. I was over here cracking up when he said cleaning is extra. So then he's riding in the desert and everything. Yeah, the Jawas. The Jawa was funny as hell. He stole the thing from Kenobi and then tried to sell it back to his that's like somebody taking a blunt and being like this. Yeah, man, I'll get this to you, I just rolled that blunt. What the hell are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, you can't take the smoke off of me. Okay? You can't be doing that shit. So then, fast forward, they're in the desert. Oh, snap. Drop the phone. They in the desert. One of the Jedis come up to Kenobi, and he's trying to ask Kenobi for help. He really needs help. He's trying to tell Kenobi what's going on. He's trying to explain to him that he needs help because the Inquisitors are there. They're trying to hunt him. And Kenobi basically sounded like a man defeated. Like, people got to understand, Kenobi is lost. He lost his best friend damn near, like his brother. That was his family. Like, Anakin was his family. And they were more than just a mentor and a student. They were more like a brother, like a big brother, little brother. And that hurt him that he had to cut him down. He thought he died. He thought he killed Anakin. So he was dealing with that for 10 years. So he is messed up. He's done with the Jedi. He's like, look, the Jedis are dead. It is what it is. So the guy was just asking him, the Jedi was like, man, what happened to you? And he was just like, you got to stay hidden, because the Jedi, like, he just sounded defeated. So when he walked into that town, like when Leia, we basically got to see Leia, which Detroit T threw out there, the Leia curveball came into play. We didn't know anything about. I didn't even think Leia was going to even be shown in this series. I thought it would just mainly focus on around Luke. They brought Leia into the fold. So Leia had interactions with Kenobi from the get-go. So this is very new. This is a very good curveball they threw, and it really worked. I loved how they brought it in. They didn't make it rushed or forced it to happen. It happened naturally, and that's when you know you have a great show, when all the scenes and everything being broken down is flowing at a great pace. Now, he basically gets the message from of course the senator, who basically you got to see Leia run through the woods, do all of this stuff. And Leia basically was showing like her mom. She was acting just like her mother. Like both of them act like their parents. Luke acts like Anakin, looks like Anakin. He's on the little thing trying to ride the little rider like Anakin did. And then you had Leia climbing trees. That's what Padme used to do. She used to run around everywhere, climbing trees and doing all type of things. So she's very adventurous. She's very She's very I want to jump into action type of girl, which I like. They did this correctly. Now basically, her and her cousin got into it, where the cousin basically telling her that you don't know your real truth. You're not even really one of us. And she put him in his place, hurt his little feelings. Usually that happens when people are bullying, trying to be tough, and they're not tough. So she basically pulled his card. So now she basically, doesn't want to be a part of that. She wants to have fun. She wants to travel and see the universe. She don't want to be cooped up in a castle all day. It's in her blood to want to travel places. So, she basically is acting like Anakin a lot. Both her and Luke show a lot of Anakin in them. They're both jumping into stuff. Don't think about anything. They're just jumping into it, jumping on things, trying to discover things. And that's just how they are. So Leia basically goes to the forest one day. She gets kidnapped. We're like, why did she get kidnapped? So basically, the senator or the guy basically of royalty there, he basically hits up Kenobi on one of these old comms. Kenobi doesn't want to go because he doesn't want to leave Luke, because he basically is picking this one over that one because he feels like Luke is going to be the stronger one. Now, Detroit T on the back chat explained how the story really was supposed to go after Empire Strikes Back. After Empire Strike Back, Luke was supposed to go to the dark side, and then Leia was going to be a Jedi, and she was going to come and save Luke, release him from the dark side, and Anakin. So that would have been, to me, a better story than Return of the Jedi. Everybody loved Return of the Jedi. It was great, but to me, Return of the Jedi was safe. I don't like movies that are safe. I like movies that are basically jumping in there, like they're trying something. It may not work, but at least they tried. They tried to go against the grain. That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see Luke on the dark side, and I wanted to see Leia be the good guy and come and use her force. And, that would have worked to me. Excuse me. That would have been a better storyline. And they put this storyline in the video game, in the Force, I believe, the one with Star Killer on it. Star Killer, they ran this story with Star Killer where he defeats Luke and turns Luke to the dark side. And now he's his apprentice. And then in the second game, Leia became a Jedi. Basically, when you choose the dark side, that means that you've turned Luke and now you're over here finna fight Leia. Leia basically is the Jedi. So great. I didn't know that was a true story, but T confirmed that to me. Shout out to Detroit T. So now, now we have where was I? Okay, now the senator basically comes to visit Kenobi, telling Kenobi, look, you're the only one I trust, and you're going to do this. Look, Anakin's gone. All right. Anakin is not your problem. Anakin's gone. Like everything that happens in the past happens, and sometimes I have to remind myself of that. It's hard. Like you got to let stuff go, and when I let stuff go, it's like a weight's off your shoulder. You could do what you do now, and he had to learn. Like, look, when he was in that town and talk about that P Valley. I don't watch P Valley. I don't watch none of those shows. I don't have time. Like I'll catch one of those shows when I have time. I don't have time to watch them shows. I only watch shows that I really like. So basically now we got now basically there was a scene where the Inquisitors were in town, and the one dude, the uncle that contains Luke, Obi-Wan was hiding. Like he could have gave Obi-Wan up, but he didn't. But Obi-Wan, after meeting with the senator, fast forward, I went backwards a little bit, but fast forward, he basically left the senator, came to the town and saw the Jedi basically burnt, like killed, hanging from the thing, from the little overhead that's of the town. So Kenobi dug up his lightsabers. He went to go save Leia. Leia was kidnapped in the forest because they've been planning to do that. So basically we find out that Reva, she basically set this whole thing up. Now her and the two Inquisitors are bumping heads because she doesn't really work for them. She's working under somebody of higher ilk than them two. So when we saw was that she basically set this whole thing up to bring Kenobi to her. Once Kenobi fell for it, he basically beat the guys up. He got some spice from a girl earlier in town, which is like a drug, and he left his mask on. And he got Leia. Leia hit his ass in the leg. Leia said, and tried to run. And then he's bringing her with him. And then they get into it because now the Reva girl was found out what she was doing. So then she put out a bounty to basically smoke them out. And Leia basically saw it and thought that, oh, they brought me here to bring you out. So she did what any other dumbass kid do. Dumbass kid running away, getting herself in trouble. She almost fell off the damn building. If he didn't tap into the Force, Leia would have been dead in episode 2. She would have been dead. So now he saved her. So the one guy who was scamming people, he was a fake Jedi. He talking about, I'm one with the Force. I'm one with the Force. They say go to Bay 37C. Ugh. Like it was so fake. I'm like, what is this dude? It was so fake. And Obi-Wan knew it was so fake. He's just looking like, and then that's when he got gutted and put the gun to his chest and say, listen, I ain't got time for this hit. He basically came to help Obi-Wan and get him out of there, which he did. And that's when Reva basically found him and used his body, like the feel where he like she could sense or like see where he's going. And then she read his mind and she was able to go find him. That's when the head Inquisitor found her, and he basically was pissed off. So she just basically like, she was talking to Kenobi, and she basically told Kenobi, and she had the biggest reveal, which I was wrong. I thought they were going to show him at the end. They showed him at the end of episode 2, and she revealed that Anakin is still alive and that he sent me here to get you, and he's been looking for you for 10 years. This is crazy. That big reveal was awesome, and Kenobi almost lost his emotion because he thought he was dead. And that's when the head inquisitor came in, he's trying to teach her that everything by force doesn't work out a lot. And then she just killed him, stabbed him. I knew she was going to kill him sooner or later. I thought it was going to be sooner, but I knew she was going to kill him. So now that he's dead, they escaped in the ship, and she was just yelling like, you can't escape him. You can't escape him, and all of this. So now he's found out Anakin's alive. And that's where it left off, with Anakin in the chamber. Wakes up when he says, like, he got into the ship and Leia asked him what's wrong. And then he was just like, Anakin. And Anakin just woke up. And the episode went off. It was clean. Yeah. Yeah. LB, hate on that, LB. Hate on that, Christian. Hate on that, LB and Christian. Hate on that. Hate on that episode if you want to. 4 stars. 4 stars. 4 stars. 4. Four stars, T, 4 stars. 4 stars. He said, oh, no doubt, though. 4 stars, no questions asked. It was epic. I did not expect the ending. The ending was flawless. When he said Anakin, he just woke up like, classic. See, people don't understand. We saw Vader as kids. Me, Detroit T, everybody. We saw him as kids. Sino, everybody. We saw him as kids. And then when we got older, when we were watching it, we never saw how Darth Vader was before he put the suit on. And to see him after being Anakin, a human, now being Darth Vader, epic. Epic. Everything fit. Everything was awesome. This episode was crazy, man. 4 stars, dog. You can't hate on it. You cannot hate on it. Now we're finna talk about this little bitch named LeB McCoy. Hold on. All right. Here we go. Eric Bieniemy. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about it tonight, T. StreamYard tonight, guys. StreamYard for Game 6. This is Game 6 of F Boston and Heat Wave. Now, Eric Bieniemy has served as the offensive coordinator of the Kansas City Chiefs for 4 seasons now, and every offseason we have to hear that he is not being selected to be the head coach of any NFL team. He will return for his 5th season after signing a reported 1-year extension in February. as the offensive coordinator for one of the most explosive offenses in the NFL. Many are perplexed as to why he hasn't found a head coaching gig yet. LeSean McCoy is not perplexed by it because he knows why he can't get a job, and it has nothing to do with his race. The 6-time Pro Bowl running back spent one season working under Bieniemy and even won the Super Bowl in that year. However, he believes the hype surrounding the longtime assistant is unwarranted and recently sounded off on Bieniemy on the I Am Athlete podcast. It's not because he's a black coach. That's not the reason, McCoy said. And there's a reason why every year they hype him up to get a job, and then when the time comes, nobody hires him because they know the type of coach he really is. McCoy explained, listen, because some players he talks a certain way and some players will take it, I wouldn't take it, McCoy said. Some of the questions I would ask everybody is accountability. So here it is. This is a Fair Use Act. You know, this is Fair Use Act. So so here we go, and let me know how y'all take it.
Me and the Aquarian, we had a difference about different things, right? And I'm gonna say this: it's the reason why every year they keep hyping him up to get a coaching job, a head coach or office coordinator job from somewhere else, and you don't get one because he's still talking about Eric Bieniemy. Yeah, and the players. You're bringing this up now. We got a minute. I'm like truth. Listen, because some players, right? He talks to them a certain way, and some players would take it. I wouldn't take it. Like, whoa, you know. And some question I would ask, everybody's accountable. Yeah, that's why it's not because he's a black coach. That's not the reason. The reason that because I won't get into that. But I'll say this: you can't say the reason. I mean, we got 2 minutes. But that's the reason why that every year they hype him up to get a job, and then when the time comes, nobody hires him because they know what type of coach he really is. So you're saying Eric Bieniemy was why you stopped playing in Kansas City? Yeah, come on, man. That's players. They knew what it was. And
so did everybody hear that? Did everybody hear that audio of LeBitch McCoy? LeBitch. I should have known he was a bitch because he got an L-E in the beginning of his name. Did y'all hear that audio? Let me know if you heard it or not. I'll play it again for you. Yeah, Chris, Reva is a liability. I won't be surprised either if Vader takes her out. What up, Outlaw? You didn't hear the end? Hold on.
Me and the Aquarian, we had a difference about different things, right? And I'm gonna say this: it's the reason why every year they keep hyping him up to get a coaching job, a head coach or office coordinator job from somewhere else, and you don't get one because he's still talking about Eric Bieniemy. Yeah, and the players. You're bringing this up now. We got a minute. I'm like truth. Listen, because some players, right? He talks to them a certain way, and some players would take it. I wouldn't take it. Like, whoa, you know. And some question I would ask, everybody's accountable. Yeah, that's why it's not because he's a black coach. That's not the reason. The reason that because I won't get into that. But I'll say this: you can't say the reason. We got 2 minutes. But that's the reason why that every year they hype him up to get a job, and then when the time comes, nobody hires him because they know what type of coach he really is. So you're saying Eric Bieniemy was why you stopped playing in Kansas City? Yeah, come on, man. It's players. They knew what it was. And
So did you hear it, Outlaw? So McCoy was then asked if Bieniemy was the reason he stopped playing in Kansas City. The former running back replied with an emphatic yeah. McCoy only briefly played under Bieniemy, joining the Chiefs on a 1-year deal for the 2019 season. He had 465 rushing yards and 4 rushing touchdowns on one-on-one carries during the regular season. The next season, McCoy joined the Bucs on a 1-year deal and carried the ball 10 times for 31 yards, adding another ring to his finger after Tampa Bay defeated the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Okay. I hear that these players are baby today, so when somebody calls them out, they feel some type of way. Thank you, Outlaw. Outlaw didn't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. He didn't fall for it. You see, his name is LeB McCoy. Let's talk about LeB McCoy. Oh yeah, Nick, it do. Kenobi do go hard as hell. Now let's talk about LeB McCoy, right? LeB McCoy played in Philly. Who is his coach in Philly? Andy Reid, right? So, what is Andy Reid known for? Being a soft-ass coach, right? Andy Reid is what we call a soft-ass, marshmallow-looking coach. He's soft. This is why a lot of players have played for Andy Reid because they can run all over him. Eric Bieniemy isn't the type to be ran over. He will hold you accountable. He will call you out. This is why him and Kelsey get into it. This is why him and Mahomes get into it. Because Mahomes and Kelsey are arrogant pricks. Bitch McCoy is arrogant too. That's why he never won nothing until he got to Kansas City. The reason that these guys have gotten to the Super Bowl twice and why they've gotten to multiple AFC championships is because Eric Bieniemy doesn't take any shit from them. He runs it with an iron fist. And see, the players today are soft. That's why the sport has been garbage and colluded the past 10 years. That's why nobody's interested in a lot of these players or wanting these players to be helped. You don't understand what you just did, LeB McCoy. You just basically put a target not only on him, but on all black coaches. See, this isn't about Eric Bieniemy, you dumbass, you idiot. I guess when you broke your son's arm, I guess you was just being a good father, right? Allegedly. When you broke your son's arm, huh? Allegedly. When you beat your girlfriend up, right? Dragged her, right? You were very quiet about all of that stuff when it came out, right? And you haven't gotten a job really lately, huh? Have you? You always been a shady ass bastard. You always been two-faced. You were upset because Eric Bieniemy called you out on the play. I already know what happened. Y'all were doing a play. He called you out on it, talked to you in an aggressive tone, which you're not used to because you're probably soft as baby shit, which we know you are now because you didn't run between the tackles well. If your ass got popped a couple times, you were crying like a bitch. That's what you was doing. You basically just gave them a reason to not hire black coaches. You just put that notion out there. This is why they talked to you and promoted you, you dumbass. What you think this is going to do for you, LeB? Huh? You the same as that other LeB. All of you guys with the L-E in the beginning of your name are bitches. Just like Bron, just like LaShawn. Your name LaShawn should be called LaShawna. That's what should be called. You running around here acting like this and that. No, Eric Bieniemy is not getting hired. You know why? Because Eric Bieniemy would bring his own coaching staff that are black men. Like myself and men that are dark, like Nicholas Jacobs. He will have those guys in position. And they don't want a strong black man who's a masculine black man in charge. They want somebody like Lovie Smith, LaShawn, Lovie Smith, a guy who's a coward, who's soft, who's a token nigga. That's who they want. But you wouldn't understand. That's why I don't feel sorry for none of you football players. That's why when football players get hurt, I'd be like, so what? You got hurt, bitch. Get your ass off the field. Because when we try to always have your back and when we always try to take up for you players, y'all do some dumb hoe ass shit like this. What you did. You did that, right? So that makes you a man now because you singled out Eric Bieniemy. You and Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes are a bunch of overprivileged babies. Y'all are babies. Y'all can't take when a man tells you what to do. See, y'all like Andy Reid. Y'all like Massa. Y'all like being the house Negroes. Y'all the house Negroes. Y'all like Massa. Y'all love when Massa give you the scraps off the table. Y'all love that. Y'all love when Massa gives you some money. You like, oh, thank you, sir. You want me to say something else to you, sir? You would like me to talk some more bad about that black man, sir? What's up, C-Pen, Felton Moore, Donnie? That's what I'm saying. You see, that's what's wrong with these kids today. This is why I don't give a lot of these kids today any love or nothing. There's only a few young bucks that I give respect to. That's Outlaw. Outlaw ain't really young. Like, he's like in our era, but Nicholas Jacobs, Nicholas Jacobs sees it. Christian sees it. All of these young guys out here, S Young, they see it. They see the racism. They see the prejudice, and they call it out. But you got all of these blind guys like LeB McCoy, who's out here just saying, you know what? I'm going to throw Eric Bieniemy under the bus. And see, now you done gave them justification why they basically have blackballed Eric Bieniemy. Oh, you saw the HBO interview on Deshaun? Yeah. They're trying to push the NFL to suspend him. But see, what these dumbass women don't understand is you don't get paid in civil court if the guy can't go to work. Oh, of course they gave a short interview to Deshaun's attorney because it's the truth. See, people don't want to hear the truth anymore. People want the sensationalism of things. People want the sensationalism of something. Like, because it's all these women and that he hasn't been indicted, he hasn't had to go to court, they still think in their mind, he must have did something. It's all these women. But like I asked those people, if 22 people said that you were sucking stick in the back of an alley and you were proven innocent, that you weren't sucking stick in the back of the alley, but them other people would be like, well, it's 22 people, so you must have sucked some stick. That's the same difference. You guys talk about the law is law, but y'all don't want the law to be law. You want the law to be law to how you want it to be. The black and white of everything is they did not have enough evidence. Those women were liable. They were liars. They were concocting a story. And the people saw it. That's why the DA didn't push this further, because they knew that it was nothing there. There's nothing there. But you got dumbass pink folk, which are the white folks. They believe everything is guilty. Even if you're innocent, oh, he's a Negro, so it got to be guilty. That's their mindset. That's their mindset. They want a black man to be guilty. A black man is still guilty in America if he's proven innocent. But Daniel Snyder can go over here and sexually harass every chick in the world, but nobody wants to call him out for it. Nobody called him out for it. Eric Bieniemy, a strong coach, holds players accountable, goes off on players. I remember a guy named Marty Schottenheimer who did that. Marty Schottenheimer goes off on all his players. But it's okay for him to do it because he's white. A white man can show aggression, but a black man show aggression, we're dangerous to society. Right? Ain't that how they paint us? Isn't that how they paint us what to be? They always painted us like that. And then they use these token niggas like LeB McCoy and LeB James to run their little agenda out there to keep us at bay. Right, exactly. They use the TV now to judge people. They don't use the real courtroom no more. They use public opinion to judge people now. They do. That's why I haven't even talked about the Johnny Depp shit with the Amber Heard, because I'm waiting for that whole case to be over. But everybody knows that Amber Heard did Johnny Depp wrong. But you got all these people out here who's going to kill him in the public opinion. They're going to kill him in public opinion court. But yet, Kevin Spacey gets found all the time messing with other chicks, being sexual harassing to chicks. But he doesn't get prosecuted at all. Right. Bobby Knight went off on players and hit his players, but that's okay. That was going on for years. They got it on tape. People like, oh my gosh, look what Bobby did. Bobby been knocking players' ass out for years. He been slapping players and everything. They didn't do nothing about it because he was making them money. But when it was time to get him out of there, just like they did Joe Paterno, they knew for years that Sadusky was messing with children, messing with boys, pedophile, and they knew he was a pedophile. They didn't do nothing about it because they were making money. Once these white boys don't want you in office no more and you become too powerful, they just bring up some type of scandal to get you out of there. They got mad at Joe Paterno. I'm like, don't blame Joe Paterno for that. They've been known about that guy on their staff. Just like Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer had that guy on his staff that was beating the hell out of his wife, right? And he still hired him. He still hired him for a job. That's what I'm saying. White people could do whatever the hell they want. White people could shoot up a school. White people could shoot up a theater. They come out unscathed. But us, we're unarmed black men. We go and do our job every day, but we could get gunned down without a gun in our possession, and they just write that off as gang related, right? Yeah, they had a coach throwing basketballs at his players, but they don't say nothing about that. It's a travesty, man. It's a joke. Like, the double standard is so obvious, but you got all these white folks who live under a rock, act like it doesn't exist. And they love to play victim. White folks love to play victim. If you look at the statistics, it's a lot more white people dying. It ain't a lot of white people. Y'all the minority. White people are the minority. You're the minority. It's more black folks than you. Because every time we have sex with your white dusty ass, we got a black kid. We got a black kid. So now y'all trying to turn those light-skinned dudes, them light-skinned kids into the new white. Because you know white people are dying off at a fast rate. So what you're trying to do is get all these Malika Andrews out here, all these Malika Andrews, all these Patrick Mahomes out here to spread your message. That's what you guys are doing. You guys did that to the Egyptians. How do you think you took down the Egyptians? You sent those light-skinned, beautiful women in there with curly hair, looking black but light-skinned, and they took the kingdom over and destroyed it from within. That's what you guys did to the black community. Y'all sent all these light-skinned devil assholes into the community and they tore it up. They tore it apart. You know what you did. That's what white people are doing. That's why they're trying to make it light-skinned. The lighter you are to the color white, that's the better you are. No, not. That means you're the most, that means that you're the most heinous. That means you're most closely to the devil. That's what that means. LeBron wasn't gonna say nothing about the Buffalo situation, Outlaw. LeBron don't care nothing but about himself. That's all he cares about. He wants attention. He don't care about people. A person could be on the side of the road, dying, bleeding to death. He'll let him die. Yeah, history repeats itself. That's why they got all these shows promoting these damn mixed kids, these damn biracial bastards. They got all these biracial bastards trying to run everything. And then they like to play all coy. They like to act like they don't know what's going on. And they know what's going on. And then they want to demonetize your video because certain advertisers are going to see it, which are white folks. So they limit your ad suitability because you're talking about the truth. When you're talking about the truth, they limit your ad suitability because they don't want white people or those other people to see it. YouTube ain't slick. I've been calling YouTube out. I'll call them out again. I'll keep blasting them because I'll drop 10, 20 videos. If they don't want to monetize it, I'm going to keep dropping 10 more, exposing you clowns. And it's going to come a day when one person see that video and it's going to mess y'all whole world up. It's going to mess y'all up. Exactly, C-Pen, that bum from Akron. Everybody know he a bum. But yeah, Shady, man, Shady McCoy did that on purpose. Shady McCoy sent that on purpose. He did that on purpose. So that's what it is. Yeah, Shady McCoon. No, that ain't my man's. I do not mess with Shady McCoy. Never been a fan of his. It just always seemed like something about him. But what did McCoy say?
Okay, so me and the coordinator, we had a difference about different things, right? And I'm gonna say this: it's the reason why every year they keep hyping him up to get a coaching job, a head coach or office coordinator job somewhere else, and you don't get one because he's talking about Eric Bieniemy. Yeah, and the players.
You're bringing this up now when we got a minute to say
the truth. Listen, because some players, right? He talks to them a certain way, and some players would take it. I wouldn't take it. Like, whoa, And some question I would ask, everybody's accountable.
Yeah,
that's why it's not because he's a black coach. That's not the reason. The reason that because I won't get into that, but I'll say this: you can't say the reason. We got 1 minute, but it's the reason why that every year I want to get a job, and then when the time comes, Nobody hires him because they know what type of coach he really is.
So you're saying Eric Bieniemy was
Good
why you stopped playing in Kansas City?
Yeah, come on, man. That's players. They knew what it was.
So now he blames Eric Bieniemy why he didn't play. My thing is like this. You were let go, Shady, because you couldn't run no more. Your production was trash. You kept getting hurt. Your career, you have been nothing but an injury-prone crybaby bitch. That's why you weren't there no more. That's why you're not there anymore. You're not there because Eric Bieniemy don't have no pool like that. Why you didn't call Andy Reid out? Why he didn't call Andy Reid out? Oh, I know why. He's not going to call his massa out. That's his massa. That's his daddy. It's okay for the white guy to kick you to the curb and cut you. But hey, blame the black guy, right? We're going to blame the black guy. We're going to blame Bieniemy. That's what all these black players do. That's why I don't feel sorry for none of these football players, especially the black ones. I don't feel sorry for them. So I don't feel sorry for these football players. These football players rather be coached by a white guy because they love to be field niggas. I mean, they love to be house niggas. That's what they love to do. Yeah, he had altercations with his ex-girlfriend too, allegedly. He broke his son's arm. Allegedly. LeSean McCoy is a guy who can't be told anything. He's always been that guy. And now you just came out to do what your white master told you to do. LeSean McCoy, one of them black athletes who always do this. They throw their own kind under the bus so they could get ahead in life. Yeah, he broke his son's arm. His ex-girlfriend put it out there that he broke his son's arm. And then he went quiet for that whole time. He wasn't saying nothing about it. Yeah, them players checked him for that. See, that's his problem. LeSean McCoy is mad because Kansas City let him go. Kansas City let you go because, dog, you wasn't producing. You wasn't. You were over the hill. You've never been a physical running back. You always were finesse. You never really ran through the A or B gap. You always bounced it to the C gap. But you blame Eric Bieniemy. Why you ain't blame Andy Reid? Excuse me. The reason that they hype him up to get a coaching job, because he's an actually good coach, you idiot. Oh, happy B-Day to your son, Matt Mizzle. We gonna turn up. Happy birthday to the young king, man. He got a great father, man. He got the best dad in the world, man. Give him love, Matt. Spoil them all day. Because they don't like to spoil us. They love to spoil the daughters, but they don't want to. When the sons get spoiled, people got a problem with that shit. When you spoil your son, it's like you're supposed to spoil kids. Just let them know that it's consequences for their actions. Just teach them discipline. You can still spoil your kids, but teach them discipline. There's some parents who don't teach their kids nothing. They just spoil them. And then when their kid get older, they turn into a-holes. So that's what I'm saying. It's oh, no doubt, Mac, man, you family, bro. We fam, man. I hope one day we can meet up, man. Smoke one with you and chill. So this is the problem, is that we got too many of these black athletes that are sambos, that are going along with the agenda to do what they do. I remember a story they put out about Eric Bieniemy. They tried to blame Eric Bieniemy for what he was doing. And you know why? Because Eric Bieniemy is a coach. He holds you accountable. Andy Reid, that's his problem. And what a lot of people have said about Andy Reid is that he's too soft. He doesn't know how to run the ball. He wants to throw all over the damn field. Eric Bieniemy is the opposite of Andy Reid. Eric Bieniemy is going to hold you accountable, and he's going to put a foot in your ass if you don't act right. And that's the truth. Some people can take it. Some people can't take it. And that's okay. The people who can't take it, I don't want them on my team because they soft. They soft. Yeah, happy birthday to Lil Mac, man. Shout out to Lil Mac Mizzle. So that's how it was. Oh yeah, Felton, you already know it's black people on TV that go along with the agenda. But yet they try to act like it doesn't exist. Jacksonville Beach, it's a beach in Jacksonville, Donnie. You got a strip on Jacksonville Beach too. You got a little strip you can go to. And you could go to some clubs and lounges on the beach and get some drink and chill with a chick, or you can meet a chick there, Donnie. Everybody know about Jacksonville Beach. Shit. But yeah, man, I'm finna get on making some content today for you guys. We are having a StreamYard later. We're gonna cover game 6 of Boston and Miami. That's gonna be the last game. Yesterday was a big win for Golden State. Congratulations to them guys going to their 6th championship. That's a lot, man. That's what's up. They're finna go for their 4th ring. You know. But yeah. Thank y'all for listening. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share this. Hit that notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. And if you love what you hear, you can donate to the page by going to the Cash App. The link is up top here. I got it pinned to the top. You can hit that link. Go to the Cash App, donate whatever your heart's desire. You also can super chat when we're live or have a premiere video. And even after the video is over with, you guys can do a super thanks. So thank you guys, man, for your love and blessings. We out. Deezy.